So tell me, is you ready, baby? Tell me, is you ready, baby?
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Be Like D channel. It's your girl D coming back with another review of Sistas on BET episodes 2 and 3, okay? I'm gonna summarize everything back up together, alright? So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so episode 2, okay, so they open up the episode with how they ended with Andy driving Danny home. She basically said, girl, it was your turn in the hot seat. And then she said, yeah, okay, I know y'all love me. But then she started getting on Andy's ass by Gary. And I'm like, thank you. Here we go. Don't never let up on her ass because that nigga tried to kill her, okay? So she was like, and this nice car that this man gave you. And then she was like, I'm going to leave him. She's like, but when? Because you let stuff go too far. So when? After y'all get married? Or after the divorce? When you going to let him go? I said, what is this? What is this terrible history you got going on, girl? Can they tell us? Because they poke at it so much. But we don't never get the full story. And I want to get the full story because, look what she put up with. And then she just telling us, like, I'm going to do it eventually. Like, girl, they telling you go too far. And you like, I know, I ain't going to let it go too far. What? But that's Andy for you, okay? And she always think it's funny because she was like, yeah, the car that your, I'm trying to keep it censored. Your vagina, the car your vagina paid for. And then she's like, yeah, kinda. Girl, stop. Something wrong with you. And then, so then after that, then we get Danny, and the shit got me. When he popped up, I thought she was dreaming. I'm like, oh, she got a dream. And then it was real. I was like, oh. Hold up. One, how did he get in? And it better not be the landlord. Because you know what? If it was the landlord after this one, that landlord need his or her ass kicked, okay? They're going to need to call madam for her. Letting random men in some woman's house. What's wrong with you? But anyway, so then he in her house. I'm like, oh shit. They get the fight. I was like, okay, Danny. Bang. She was like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. I'm like, she sobered up alive, but we ain't gonna go. It's soap opera, okay? But she was drunk, but now she not that drunk. She still got some fighting, okay? So bang, hit him over the head with the glass. It's the whole fight scene. Then I'm like, oh shit. Then you got Preston coming up. Preston, I'm like, oh, perfect timing. Come on, Preston, come on, help. He gonna help her, but of course I gotta hold it off. It had to be intense first, because then he leave like, oh man, she in there with somebody. Dang. Then he got his car, and he like, man, she fucking him. All the while Mindy at the hotel, but he mad that Danny got somebody in. But then I'm like, oh, is he mad because it's in there right now? Because they was supposed to talk or whatever. So maybe that was why. But anyway. So then he got like, man, nah, I'm gonna go in there. So then he go, and I thought he was gonna leave again. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on, Preston, bust the door down, Preston. Okay, so then he come through, boom, he come help her fight, Then he got the dude, and then he start kicking his ass after after Preston held him down a little longer, and I'm like, you know what, rightfully so, kick his ass, okay. And then what else happened when he ended the episode? So then, of course, Preston stays the night. And then he said he gonna stay a while until the dude get, I guess, because they got the dude, they got the police there or whatever. But then, of course, he gets released or whatever in the morning. Bullshit. Okay, he attacks a woman and then he gets released the next morning. What the fuck? And then she has a restraining order on him. So he violated, soap opera. Soap opera, okay. So, craziness. So then he out the next morning. So then Preston's like, no, I'm gonna stay here, and he's like, she was like, but you still got Mindy at the I'm like, oh, Mindy, oh, you ain't never stood a chance, did you? But then Danny's still making the joke like, just couldn't be me. I'm like, girl, me either. The fact that he in your house is a wow, okay? But anyway, So, he wrestle her down basically and say, I'm staying here with you. I'm finna go to sleep and all that stuff, and then he gonna stay with her until I guess everything calmed down and stuff like that. So then what's crazy? This is the same night of the fire. Ain't nobody know what's going on with the fire yet. But anyway, then here we go with Andy and Gary's ass. Gary's ass. So then she trying to set her boundaries because she just had a sister moment, and they held it up strong. So she trying to be like, you know what, Gary, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go to bed. And then he just like, wait, what? And then she was like, yo, you know what? Actually, yeah, let's talk. Why was you at my office? Knowing she know, but she like, no, you tell me the real reason, which is you wanted to get Robin out of here so you can have all my attention. But he ain't gonna say that. But then she just like, I don't know how long we're gonna keep doing this, Gary. I don't know. How long you gonna do it? You gonna keep saying you gonna keep saying that? You decide, Andy. It's your choice. But anyway, so then he gets all mad like, wait. And you know what? She's like, yeah, you should just get dressed and go home. We're not doing this tonight. So then he just like, wait, what? Then nigga was angry, okay, first of all. But then he tried, I don't see how she don't see this. And then he's like, no, it's late. I'm just gonna stay here and we're gonna go to sleep together. I'm like, no, how you can just decide that for yourself? And then she just goes like, well, you know what, you can stay, but you can stay in the guest room. I was like, I don't know if she playing the game at this point because she know he crazy because he tried to sue her. Or is she but she like it at the same time. Like, you're really making this worse because then he gonna really feel like you played him. So I don't know what you're gonna do, girl, because you apparently the restraining order's gonna be working on this, okay? So I don't know, girl. Andy, you digging deep already, okay? So then they do their little back and forth, and then she breaks down. I hate when she do that. All he got to do is beg, and then she's like, okay, I'll compromise. No, you stand on what you said, girl. But anyway, so done with them, and then what we got next? The other thing that happened in episode 2 was Maurice and Calvin and Sabrina talking about Q, and they lose their jobs, that they didn't lose their jobs, and that Maurice not taking responsibility for what he did. And then I'm like, they both was kind of getting on him, and that was cute. But Maurice was doing all that. That stuff was funny too. I forgot all the stuff he was saying, but it was funny in that scene when they was getting on him and all of that. And then we had the end of the episode with Pam. How the hell Aaron get Pam's number? I don't know, but he done got Pam's number, calling her like, what's going on, Karen, she's not answering the phone, Karen. And then of course while she on the phone, she headed to the shop, and she's like, oh my god, the shop. Then he like, what Pam, what? So that was the end of episode 2. It was a good funny episode, filled with a lot of drama, especially because all of them stupid, but Oh, I forgot to say that in episode 2 that Zach and Fatima had their whole thing of, Zach gonna go ahead and meet with Heather to see his son and, see what that situation is. He's already kind of weary about it, don't know what it's gonna look like, what's going on. So then he said he gonna call her and they gonna set up a meetup. So then Fatima goes to work, and then Fatima gets a call from that girl. What is her name? The one she got playing Hayden's ass. The girl he got playing Hayden's ass. Anyway, she's talking about she thinks she can get the bag. She can get the whole thing, everything. And then she's like, didn't I hire you to she's like, I ain't hire you to think. I was like, okay, I ain't like this part of Fatima because this whole thing is weird. Okay, I don't even feel like she got control of it. You need to have more control of it, okay? Because this girl, you don't even know her, and you just think she's just gonna do a good job. But anyway, so with Zach and Fatima, the girl, then she's like, yeah, I'm finna get all this money. And then Fatima saying, don't he give you gifts? That's your payment. I said, what? Hold on. she should have asked more questions before she took this job. Like, she didn't know how she was gonna be getting paid. And Fatima, you just gonna be doing people like that. That one ain't right, okay? But then, she hang up the phone. What's her name? Tamira? Is it Tamira? Tamira. She hangs up the phone and she's like, "Forget her. I'm finna get all this money." I'm like, "Oh, girl." I don't know how I ain't falling for her, but he is. He just like, "Yes." And then, of course, Gary's like, "You vetted her? Are you sure? Are you sure?" "Yes, bro. I got it. I got it." He ain't got nothing. And then he calls Heather. Zach calls Heather to set up they meet up, and she says that what she said, that he can come around 3 because she gonna be asleep. She just got home from work. And then she said, he was like, "Well, who's watching the baby?" And then she says that, and when she at work, her sister watched the baby, but when she get home, she watching the baby. But he was like, "But you sleep. When do you sleep?" And she was like, "I mean, he got his phone and his tablet. He good." I said, "Oh my god." Now we know what he finna walk into, okay? So, of course, he looking crazy. Zach worried about that. So then, he gotta go talk to Fatima about this situation. And then, that was all I missed in episode 2. Okay, so episode 3, we open up with Pam at, oh my god. So she walking up to firefighters. It's all boarded up. They saying it's a body in there. She crying. She was doing her best acting because, I ain't really seen her acting that good. But, she was had me. I'm just like, oh shoot, she said, "Is that Karen Cole?" Oh my god. It was all of that. And then Aaron show up. Oh. Then they get mad at each other, and then he starts saying, "It's your fault." He go off on that calm, cool, "I'm a preacher. I got you. This is your fault. She had to check behind you because you don't pay attention." But anyway, so then after we leave them, we end up going over to Sabrina and bio ass. She doing her complaining to him, and it kind of, I know that's what she got going on, but everything she says to him is cringe because he looking like, "Do I help you? What am I supposed to do with that?" And then when he extend the help, you're like, no, that's way too much. And I'm like, okay, yeah, stand on that, because he giving off weird vibes. Like, he giving out, "You finna be a concubine" vibes. Especially if Maurice do something stupid for you, and he lose all that damn money getting his ass out, because that kept being said. He ain't gonna do nothing, right? We can trust him, right? And then here we go, Maurice doing stupid shit. I guess all season he gonna be doing stupid shit. Okay, so then we had Zach and Fatima scene, and they, he came to the office to go ahead and tell her that, the conversation he had with Heather, that at night, the sister, he's like, "I just want to see your face when I told you this, to know if I'm tripping." So he said, at night, Heather says her sister watches the baby. But then when she gets home, she watches the baby. But then Fatima was like, "Then when does he sleep? When does she sleep?" And then Zach was like, "Exactly." And then she was like, "But he said he got his tablet and his phone." And I was like, oh Lord, oh. It just sounds so terrible. I was like, oh my gosh, we just know it's gonna be bad. And then, Zach freaking out because he's like, "I know what that is. I know what that is. Okay, I lived it." So Fatima like, let's just stay calm. Let's work through it. And we're gonna get through it, baby. Okay. So then, then they have a cute little flirty moment. Andy walking up like, "Okay." Then they decided to go early because she said come at 3. They was like, "Well, she wants you to come at 3 and go ahead and show up at 12 so we can see what's actually going on." So then that's what they plan to do for lunch. Oh yeah, and then Zach mentioned something about, I know I've been going to therapy, but I don't know how I'm gonna act if my son is being mistreated, because this is the same thing that my mama used to do when she was out doing what she did. So I'm just like, okay, so where is this lining up with Zatima? Okay, because on Tatima, look, I don't even give no spoilers, okay? On Tatima, he turned down the therapy. So this is the after point, like from when we last cut off with Tatima, because we still got to get the rest of the season 2. But look, see, they trying these timelines. I don't know. And then all of this supposed to be like days at a time, but it never seemed like time just passes like that. But I'm just gonna go with it. So he in therapy on this part. That's why we get this nice, funny, fluffy Zach and Fatima. Because then they go from flirting to back to serious talk. And then I don't know if it was this episode or last episode when she looked back at Tamara when he came in and he was like, oh no, that's the end of this episode. And he looked at Tamara and he's like, why you looking at her like that? You want me? He's like, I don't hit no woman. I don't fight women, but I'll hold her. You can get a little. I'm sorry, that is so wrong, but it was funny. I was like, okay. and then she like, nah, you ain't got to. She was like, you would? He's like, they a whole mess. Okay. Then we also had okay, so Hayden is going to take Tamara on some surprise trip to Miami. First of all, I was like, if you was gonna try to act like you just so rich, I don't know. I would have thought he was gonna say something overseas, but okay, Miami, because she got a passport, okay, or you're not on that 24-hour passport thing. You ain't got that money. But anyway, so he gonna take her on a surprise trip. Mm-hmm. And she's like, really? Yes, we can go. Should I pack something? He's like, no, don't pack nothing. We're going like this. You just stay right here. I'm gonna get my assistant to book us our tickets. I'm like, Hayden. I just want to know how this is supposed to work out for Fatima. Okay, this was gonna make Fatima happy. Okay, I want to know when she gonna get the relief of him. Okay. But anyway, so he all in love or whatever. So then you got here we go again with Andy's ass and Gary. Gary calling Andy at work, and then she being all strict on him, being all like, boy, bye on the phone. And then he like, what is this attitude? What's going on? Basically. And she's like, I'm in work mode. That's it. I'm like, girl, stop playing games. And you gonna tell him that he's playing games. And then he just like, ugh. So he get all frustrated. How long are we gonna do this, Andy? And then of course he begged her to come to dinner. Come to dinner with me. Come get him. And then of course somebody coming to her. She got a message or something. A client, I don't know, at the front. And then he said, no, it's from me. And she's like, okay, I'll put you on speaker. I was like, ugh. All he do is grand gestures, love bomb your ass, and you be all over it like, oh my gosh, yes, okay, that was sweet, okay. Girls, can you please stop? How long is this gonna be a mute? You weren't smart. They gave you credit in this episode when Fatima was saying, oh, you're so great. But you can't do it with him. But anyway, so then she all like, oh, okay, she agreed to dinner after she did all that. I'm tired. And then the girl, I'm like, oh, and at the front, the receptionist, she's like, don't fall for it. So I'm trying not to fall for it. I'm like, girl, you already fell for it. Bye. Okay? Bye. And then we get Danny at the airport, at her airport job. And then the wife that was the ex-wife of Jonah come up to say, I'm sorry about how I interacted with you before, and that that be careful because that nigga crazy, that nigga out of jail, girl. But of course Danny can't never be serious, and she can't never take no advice and no help. She got to be all sarcastic. Oh really? Oh, thanks for the memo. Oh, you knew he was in jail. How do you know he was in jail? Stuff like that. So of course the woman was like, well, I'm just trying to tell you. Okay, yeah, he always do stuff like this and call me and he blame the women. I said, oh my gosh, girl, can you report him? And how many, where's the record? Like, how are they still letting him out consistently over the same thing of assaulting women? Like, that is an issue, okay? But maybe that's what Tyler Perry trying to touch. I don't know. Because if that really be happening, what the fuck? So we got Aaron calling Gary, get all frantic. Gary, can you come here? Can you come here real quick? You know. So then with them getting on here to get them out the way, so he calls him to come to Karen's shop. He get there, he all like, yeah, I don't know, she's in there, and then they won't tell me anything. It's a body in there. And then so he's like, you connected, you know people. Can you help me? Is there something you can give me some information or something? So I was like, okay, that was just a way for them to tell us that Gary is connected. Because then he started talking about he can call the mayor. I'm like, oh no, Andy, you done picked the wrong one, okay? This man is crazy. He's crazy and he's connected. Something's wrong with him, okay? That means he got too much power, okay? I don't know if you're gonna be able to let this one go, okay? So then, after them, we got Maurice and Q. So Maurice popped his ass up on Q in the hospital, and now Q is in the "I've been shot, I'm innocent" phase. He's like, oh, what are you doing here? Like Maurice was the one with the gun. But anyway, so Maurice, talking about how you gonna do this? I was a good friend to you, and the Q was all like, no, you just wanted to F me, man. That's all you wanted. And then he just said he a thug out here. He don't care. It ain't personal. All that stuff. And then Maurice like, you should care. It's personal. Pretty much. So yeah, they get through doing all of that for Maurice to be like, you know what? Just know I had your back, and when you get out of here, okay, just watch your back, cause I'm gonna hire somebody to kill you. I said, what? What, Maurice? You gonna hire somebody to kill him? You are. First of all, you don't know if there's any bugs in this room, okay? And you threatening to kill this man or have him killed. I mean, it's ridiculous, but that's what he gonna do. So now we get to the best part of this episode. That was crazy. It was sad. It was just a lot. It kind of had me like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we get Zach and Fatima headed to go see, his son. I think the son's name is Michael, and a girl. So they pop up on him and they walk up. And they like, ain't that him? And he outside by himself. He got some lady in the window. He always outside by himself. I'm like, oh goodness. She got to, tell everybody the business. I done called CPS on him multiple times. They don't do nothing. I said, oh my gosh. He's like, he be out here all day and night by himself. And then she starts saying that he don't speak. And he's still in diapers. She's like, I don't know how old he is, but he's still in diapers. I was like, oh my God, that is so sad. Okay. So then they walk him back inside, and then I like the Fatima was like, okay, lady, you ain't gotta yell all the business through the window, okay? But thank you for your information. And then they take him back inside. So then she didn't even know he was gone, of course. And then she's like, I told you to stay inside. Really? Okay, girl. So then, Zach, like, he trying to keep his cool. He this whole time he keeps turning to Fatima like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. She mistreating my son. This is not right. So, of course, that was really sad. And Duval can act his ass off because he be having you feeling it. And you just be like, oh my God. Especially in this second season of Zatima, he had me, okay? Got me, okay? But anyway, so, she like, telling him, she's like, yes, I was just about to change. You got the money? That's all she cared about. You got the money? And then, the whole time Fatima trying to keep the situation chill because she know that Heather has the upper hand right now. And I like that. Know the bigger picture, okay? Don't just go in there in a hot head like how Zach does. But Zach was holding it together. I mean, the old Zach would have been attacked, okay? But anyway, so she basically they basically like, okay. Then some dude that's supposed to be her boyfriend, I guess, come in, and then he starts saying all disrespectful stuff to the little boy. It was just a whole sad scene. And of course, I had to make it more sad and more dramatic. It just hurt your little heart. But then you see that she ain't shit. So then Zach kind of, he like, I'm about to lose it. But he did bring it back together. But, he was saying them that it wasn't right. And they was wrong. And he really wanted to snatch his son up out of there. But, outside, Fatima talked him down. And then she was like, he was like, he know this. He know this life. So, and it kills him to know that his son is about to be has lived that life. And then he's saying that, he said, you know the life. And then, sadly, Fatima was like, the damage is done. I'm sorry to tell you that, but the damage is done. We just got to work from here. Okay? We just got to work from here. And I'm just like, oh, Fatima. Girl, have your man back, okay? Because this is all sad, okay? So then, they leave. They say, we're going to go talk to Andy, figure out what we can do. And I'm like, Andy she just got like a universal knowledge, okay? Because ain't she a divorce lawyer? But I guess Andy supposed to have connections too. Oh, yeah, I might have a client that had another client that dealt in divorce. That's how they be doing. But anyway, this whole scene was super sad, and this is going to be a whole thing with Zach and Fatima, and I'm just like, oh, so they're going to try to get custody of him. Oof. Okay, I see where y'all going, but it's a little sad, okay? So anyway, so then we get them going back to the office, and what happened? When they get to the office, Andy was coming out to go see Pam, and they looking like, oh, Pam, we know Pam. So they looking, and Pam over there crying, distraught. What's going on, Pam? What's going on? Oh, it was a fire. Karen is dead. They don't even know for sure, but she's saying it. Karen is dead. And then Zach said, what? That's what killed me with this show. It be funny in moments that it shouldn't be funny. That nigga said, what? Like, out of this whole damn day, I've been dealing with crazy shit. And then you tell me Karen is dead, the person that's supposed to have been having my baby. What? And he's like, I'm going down to the shop. But then, of course, Fatima looking like, yeah, that was quick. But Fatima, he was is maybe having a baby with that woman, and he spent 3 years in a relationship. I mean, somebody just popped up and said she's dead, and then after a day like that, you just like, oh hell, nah, let's go there, let's figure it out. We don't know. I need to know for sure because she's just telling you that, okay? So, then that was the end of the episode. Alright, that is the end of the episode, and that's the end of my review for Sistas Season 6, Episode 2 and 3. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the belikedee channel. Drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episodes, because there's been some crazy shit happening, and they kind of keeping it up for me. I was into it. All episodes, all 3. So drop down and let me know what y'all think.